Israel wants to reschedule talks in Washington to discuss a possible ground offensive in Rafah, south of Gaza City. The backtrack comes days after Benjamin Netanyahu cancelled a trip by a delegation in protest over a UN ceasefire resolution. John Sparks reports.
It suggests that Netanyahu has decided not to go head-to-head with the American president. He's decided not to go head-to-head with the Biden administration on this issue. He doesn't want to risk a major rupture with what is Israel's major best ally at a time when Israel's looking increasingly isolated on the world stage. The background on this, UN Security Council resolution on Monday, which called for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. The Americans had blocked or vetoed 3 attempts to do the same thing earlier. That position got increasingly difficult for them to take. What with the increase in the death toll in Gaza, it's over 32,000 now. You've got major international aid agencies warning of imminent starvation. It got very difficult for the Americans to hold that position, so they abstained. That resolution passed, and it infuriated Netanyahu, absolutely infuriated his office at the time. It released a statement saying that the Americans had abandoned its principled policy of supporting Israel. And in a sign of his irritation, his anger, he cancelled a meeting that Biden had personally asked for to talk about alternatives to this planned Israeli ground invasion into Rafah. People are worried about it because you've got more than 1 million civilians crowded into the southern corner of the territory. People are worried about grave consequences. They're worried about a bloodbath if the Israelis go ahead with this. Biden wanted to talk about it. It now seems that the Netanyahu war cabinet, Netanyahu himself, are willing to have the discussion. They're willing to have a dialogue about their plans to have this invasion. Doesn't mean that they won't go ahead with it. It sounds like they're going to talk about it, at least. And I think that his critics here, of which there are many, will say he's bending to reality here. The Americans are Israel's biggest backer. They supply billions of dollars of aid, direct military assistance. Ultimately, Netanyahu has had to do it. He's had his hand forced.